Hi, my name's John Arducci and I'm from San Diego, California. I'm an Uber and Lyft driver. I call myself the Celeb driver. It's not that I'm a celebrity, it's that whoever I drive is the celebrity. At least I treat them that way. Whatever music they want, whatever volume they want, whatever turns they want, they're in charge. They're A-list to me. I've been driving for Uber and Lyft since early February. I basically split my time even 50-50 between Uber and Lyft. So my main job is that I'm a game developer, an independent game developer, so I don't have a regular paycheck coming in. I make games for Steam and Amazon, but I like to do a lot of little different things and make money, a little bit of money from everything. My wife and I had one car, and I worked at home. She would take the car to work. Every day I'd have to wait for her to come home before I could do any little chores or anything, where I required a car. I couldn't go to the store. I couldn't, go out and grab something to eat, anything. I was stuck until she got home. Well, after a while, I got tired of that. The thing she said is, well, you ship a game, we have plenty of money to make a car payment, but sometimes when we're between games, which is most of the time, we don't have enough money for a car payment. So if you want to get a car, you're going to have to figure out how it's going to pay for itself. So, along came rideshare driving. So I'm a part-time driver. I just drive to make a payment on the car, make gas, insurance, and then I get to go home. Except I don't get to go home. The reason is we have credit card bills. If you rideshare drive for a while, even if you do it for a little bit of time, and if you've ever been gambling, it's basically the same effect as when you're winning at a gambling table. You're playing blackjack, you're just winning. You can't walk away. It's the same with rideshare driving. Every time you drive, you're getting more money. So it's kind of like you're winning. So while I do still drive mostly part-time, I get three-quarter time quite often. Sa-ching! So whenever I'm doing something like this, I always try and figure out another way I can get paid. I had a friend who used to say, whenever you're doing something, figure out how to get paid for it twice for doing the same thing. Well, that's what I'm doing here with the rideshare driving. Is I've written a book for Kindle book, I've posted a website, I'm making videos, posting blogs, and all of that is an effort to make more money as a rideshare driver. I'm giving out referral codes, selling my book, those kind of things. That way I can make more money while doing the same thing. I don't have to do anything weird or crazy and all of a sudden more money starts coming in, that kind of thing. If you look at my game company, it's the same kind of thing. I don't make a lot of money from any single game. We start adding up all the money that comes in from all the different games, and now from the rideshare driving stuff, it starts to add up to enough money that I don't have to go out and get a job. It doesn't bug me as much anymore. So here's the thing. They created this website where you can go to the blogs, you can go to the videos, you can go, I have an items page, all these items that I bought, and there's links to exactly what I bought, because I bought it all through Amazon. You can go click on those links and see exactly what I bought. You don't have to buy them through the links, that's not the point of it. The point of it is that I bought these things so that I could test them and make sure that they're good things. The only ones I listed on the page are the ones that I liked. I have other ones that I didn't like, and I didn't list those on the page, so you don't have to worry about, is this a good one? They're all good ones that are on the page. The thing is that you may not want to use some of them, so you may not get those, but definitely get the ones that you do want, because those are all good things. So one of the things I talk about in the book is goals. And my goal in having this website, the blogs, the videos, all that kind of stuff, is not just to make more money, which it is, but my secondary goal is to educate the people who are coming to my website and seeing this thing. Educate the people who are buying the book and reading it. So I want to make sure that in the book, if you buy it, it's got stuff in there that's going to make it so that you're going to make more money. When I first started driving, I was making about $8 an hour. Now I'm making double that easily, the same number of hours. And the thing is that I'm not driving any differently. I'm just driving, right? But I'm driving smarter. I'm going to the right places. I'm going at the right times. What does surge mean? When I first started, I was all over surge because I thought that those are the multipliers, right? That's when you make the big money. Well, later I learned surge isn't about chasing. Surge is about being in it when it happens. And so stuff like that I talk about in the book. I talk about on some of the other pages and stuff. But the big thing is that I teach you things in the book and in my blogs and other things that will help you be a better driver during the same period of time that you drive. I'm not trying to ask you to do a lot of extra work. What I'm saying is you won't be sitting as much as you were before if you do some of the things that I suggest in the book and online and other places. The reason I did this in total was when I started, I had nothing. There was nobody. Nobody was helping me. So I went and asked around about what resources I could find. I looked around, and there were pieces. There were little bits here and there, but there was no cohesive one place, for everything. So I decided to make that for people to have, because whenever I see an opportunity, because other people haven't filled it, then I fill it. There's no manual. When you sign up for Lyft and Uber, you don't get a manual. I got an 1 hour training session where I had questions that the people who were running the session couldn't even answer. So it was crazy. A lot of the weight of all this working is put on the drivers, and that's probably why there's a very high turnover rate. My goal is to make it easier for you so that you don't be one of the people who ends up getting turned over. You end up being one of the people who's on the higher end, making the more money, and keep going, because this is a job for people. This is, people make a living. Kids eat because of drivers, because people go out and drive and do this stuff. It's not, making a living is not a joke. It's not one of those things where people say, oh, well, just go get another job. It's like, that's not as easy as people say. And so there are definitely downsides to being a rideshare driver. There are lots of upsides too. You get to be your own boss. You get to set your own hours. Personally, when I'm sitting there developing a game and I get stuck and I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do, I just go hop in the car, make some bucks, come back, cleared my head, and ready to go again. This is a great job for a lot of different people, a lot of different reasons. Not everybody is out there making rent payments, with this money. Some people are just like me, just doing it part-time, and there are a lot of people who aren't even doing as much as I am. There are people who are out there 1 day a week, and that's fine. Whatever people want to do, it totally works for them. I'm not going to argue against them or tell them they're doing anything wrong. What I am going to tell them is how to do things better. If you get my book, you read the book, you read the blogs, you watch the videos, you'll be golden. Plus, of course, there's all sorts of forums all over the internet, Facebook pages, different Facebook groups, those kind of things. And videos, of course. You go to YouTube and you just type in Uber, you'll get like thousands of videos that you can watch where people are giving advice and telling you. My goal with what I'm doing is to take a lot of that information and pull it into one place so it's easier to find. So if you have a question, you can do something like go to my book, because there'll be a chapter on probably exactly what you're asking about. If there isn't, I have a contact page on the website. Go to the contact page, write up what your question is, and send it to me, because I want to know, because I'm trying to create a complete one-stop, have everything there kind of place, so that people can just go there and know that there's a good chance that the answer's there, and if the answer isn't there, they can contact me and I will help them find that answer. One of the things I do in the book is I talk about goals, and when you set a goal, then it's easier to figure out how to meet that goal. Well, my goal is for you to do better as a driver. Well, for you to do better, I have to educate you. I have to give you tools which you can use to do better doing what you're already doing. You're already out there driving, you're already out there putting in the hours. I need to give you tools to make it so that you do that better. In the book, I have checklists and other things that you can use to solve some of the problems that you might be having. I talk about how to raise your rating. I talk about how to get more money. I talk about what car you should drive. Well, what's an ideal car for Uber and Lyft look like, in terms of how much should you be paying for it, and should you be leasing, or should you be renting, or should you be getting the car from Uber and Lyft themselves? Those kind of things are in the book already. So if you have those kind of questions, get the book. It's $5. It's no big deal. It's no, the whole thing is just to cover costs and things like that. This is not a great get-rich-quick thing. It's just like driving. Driving is not get-rich-quick. It's not even get-rich ever. But the point is if you do it better, you'll make more money, which means you'll pay more bills and you'll be in a better situation. And that's the goal. That's the goal for everybody. That's the goal for me. I want to pay off my car. As soon as I pay off my car, I'm going to be so happy, and then I'm going to be reevaluating what's my next goal. Do I want to keep using that time for driving, or do I want to do something else? Well, that's about 3 years away, so I got some time. And one of the things that I promise you I will focus on is not wasting your time. I promise not to have these long, drawn-out videos where I just sit there and talk and say things 2, 3, 4 times and have these giant pauses. And I promise not to tell my story so much. I know that it's like, oh, I went out, I hear some of these videos where it's like, I went out and bought goldfish today. Let me tell you how that went. It's like, no, I know you don't want to know that. I will focus on rideshare driving, I promise. And if I don't, hold me to it. There's a contact section and tell me that I didn't do it. So, totally. So, anyway, the whole point of this whole thing is just to have fun, do better, be more productive for the same amount of work and effort and hours that we're doing by driving smarter. So that's kind of a theme, is we just want to drive smarter. You know the math, you know the things that you're dealing with, and you can drive smarter, be better, and make more money. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Always leave me information in the contact form or comments in the videos. I'll try and get back to everybody. Thanks.